Hello guys, Oscar Hotel 8 Sierra Tango November here from Survival Tech North. In the last HFAPRS video, we demonstrated messaging with MFSK4 between Mike 0 India Alpha X-Ray and myself, Oscar Hotel 8 Sierra Tango November. In this video, we're going to show you how to set up and get started with APRS Messenger. So stick with me. And let's get started.
You are listening to the emergency broadcast systems. This station broadcasts emergency news and official information on the air for a assigned area.
To get started, open your browser to www.crosscountrywireless.net. From there, you'll want to navigate to aprs_messenger.htm. You'll find the link in the description. Once we're on the page, we're going to scroll down and find the latest version of APRS Messenger and download it to your local PC. Once you have the zip on your local PC, go to the folder where it's located and extract the zip file into its own folder. Once you've done that, you'll be left with a folder containing the APRS Messenger install executable. We're going to launch that executable to start the installation process. The very first thing you'll see when you start the executable is a message saying Windows protected your PC. This is absolute nonsense. Click more information and then click run anyway. What you don't want to do here is select all the default choices. Follow my lead and select what I select. Like much of the software in the amateur radio community, this is also experimental software, and it comes with no guarantee that it's actually going to work. As long as you understand that, there should be no problem in accepting this agreement. So if you want to try something new and experimental, go ahead and click I agree and let's move forward. What you definitely don't want to do is to install APRS Messenger into the Program Files directory of Windows. You'll want to make a directory specifically for APRS Messenger on your drive. I created a directory called Amateur Radio, and then subdirectories with amateur radio software within it. So, in my Amateur Radio directory, I'm going to create a directory for APRS Messenger called APRS Messenger 353. This way, we can make sure Microsoft, with its amazing wisdom, doesn't try to disappear our APRS Messenger installation. Click Next, and let's move on. Now, the Install Shield is going to ask us for a Start menu folder. I'm going to use APRS Messenger 3.53. Once you're happy with that, click Next, and the Install Shield is going to ask you to create a desktop icon. I usually say yes. I click Next. Then I'm shown all of the options I selected. I double check them, and I go ahead and click Install. When the Install Shield is complete, I uncheck Launch APRS Messenger. I clean up the desktop and get ready for the next step. With a clean desktop, we can go ahead and launch APRS Messenger. Pay attention here, guys. The very first thing we're going to do is click the Stop the Clock button at the bottom of the screen. This will give us time to get familiar with the configuration screen and choose the right settings. Before we adjust any of the settings in APRS Messenger, we're going to go ahead and open up the Device Manager screen in Windows. At this point, you should have had your radio, your audio interface, and any other peripherals like your GPS already plugged in so you can get the COM ports from the Device Manager. For those of us operating portable, even if we have a GPS, we want to select no GPS at this point. I know it doesn't make sense, just trust me and follow along. This next section is the beacon. Go ahead and select your beacon interval. It's important to remember we're not on VHF APRS here. Messages and beacons take longer, so we set longer intervals for beacons on HF. Now we can set up the push-to-talk COM port for our radio. Remember, you took those from the device manager screen we looked at a little bit earlier. Unless you have a TNC, go ahead and click No TNC. And if you do have a TNC, it's probably better to get support from the manufacturer. Let's scroll over now and select our beacon icon. Now we'll move over to the left and select the audio frequency. So we need to select the correct PSK audio frequency so that our rigs are going to transmit out on the correct frequency. Using my radio and configuration as an example, I have an offset of 1000 Hz. We can look at it this way. 101497 minus 1000 Hz gives me 101487. That's my dial frequency. Now I can choose one of these pre-select numbers, or if the number doesn't exist, I can enter it in the custom box there on the bottom. Now we can move over to the right and down to the My Call Sign space. In the first box, enter your call sign with an SSID of anything between 1 and 15. The next box is your call sign that is shown over APRS-IS. After that, you have your call sign for HF. That's your call sign as it's displayed over RF. Finally, at the bottom, you have a group call sign. If you belong to our Portable Digital and QRP group on Facebook, you can enter Papa Delta Quebec Romeo Papa -63. But for now, we can just leave no call there. Now let's scroll over to the next box and choose the correct audio interface connected to our radio. If you have a Signal Link or the ZLP Mini Pro SE, you're going to see USB audio codec there. Assuming you're using an external audio interface, go ahead and select USB audio codec. Otherwise, select the correct audio device for your radio. After we've selected the correct audio interface, we can go through, double check all the settings, and make sure everything is correct. When you're done entering all of the required information, we can go ahead and click that Start button to start up the app. When you start up the app, a couple of things won't seem correct. For example, your call sign, but don't worry about that at the moment. There are a few things we have to do before the app is ready to use. The very first thing we're going to do is enter our fixed beacon and/or status text. You should do this even if you're planning on using an external GPS. I'll leave details about correct formatting of this message box in the episode notes. The next thing we're going to do is select a mode from the transmit mode box. At this point, I'm going to select MFSK16, but after we restart, I can select any one of these modes. Now, it may seem like things are still a little bit screwy, but let's go ahead and use the close button at the upper right-hand corner and restart the app. By the way, we normally see this Windows Defender Firewall block notification when we start up the app. You can go ahead and allow access to the internet if you're going to be using the iGate. Now we're going to go ahead and start up APRS Messenger again. The first thing you'll see is the configuration screen. Just like last time, the very first thing you want to do is click on that Stop the Clock button. This time in the configuration screen, we're going to set up the GPS. Select your GPS from the GPS COM port box at the top of the screen, then scroll down to the bottom left of the screen and enter your GPS beacon text. If your GPS is operating at 9K6 baud rate, go ahead and click the 9K6 baud rate box as well. The only other thing you should do is click the Start button, nothing else. If you're paying attention, you'll notice a couple of new things. Your call sign is now displayed correctly, and there's a new kind of icon here that says no GPS fix. But to continue setup, all I want you to do now is click MFSK16 and then go over and click Send Beacon one time. Once the beacon is done sending, we're going to scroll up to the upper right-hand corner of the application and close it again. I know this seems odd, but just go ahead and trust me on this. Now we're going to start up APRS Messenger for the third and final time to complete the configuration. For those of you with an external GPS, all we're doing right now is clicking the GPS once again in the GPS COM port box and clicking Start. I've noticed it takes a little while to start up when we've enabled the GPS, but don't worry, it will start. The first thing you'll notice is the GPS Fix OK box. Now we have the option of using the GPS when we're on the move, or the static location when we're in a fixed position. Now you can go over and select your transmit mode. When I'm running QRP, I always use MFSK4. If the band is open or I'm running high power, it's going to be MFSK16. Just as it is on VHF, we rely on iGates to get our traffic into APRS-IS and of course displayed on aprs.fi. I would consider it a personal favor if all of you enable your iGates when you're up and running. All you have to do at this point is enter your APRS-IS passcode and select Connect to Server. We can actually never know who's going to need us to gate their traffic to APRS-IS, but it's a small thing we can do to give back to the amateur radio community. Well, believe it or not, configuration is actually done, the app is ready to use, and we can start sending out beacons and messages if we like. So guys, before we close down this video, I'm going to make a suggestion. Restart APRS Messenger and select your computer's sound card. When you do that, you won't be transmitting out over your radio, and you'll have a chance to try the different modes. Right now, we're listening to HFAPRS over PSK63. Now we're listening to HFAPRS over PSK250. The point is to test out these modes, see how long each of them takes to send out a beacon or send out a message, and do that before you get on the air. Now, while I was sitting here making this video, I was lucky enough to hear Lima Alpha 4 Sierra India Alpha sending out a beacon over MFSK4. I thought I'd go ahead and record that for you so that you can get some idea about the mode. While we're waiting for that beacon to come in, let's take a look at one of the features of APRS Messenger, and that's the ability to look at the raw data from the receivers. Now, there are those times when a weak signal is just too weak, and there isn't a whole lot we can do about that, but what we can do is use the receivers window to look at the raw data coming in. So the signal might be too weak to decode, but with a human eye, maybe we can get enough information to figure out who it is, where they are, or what the message is. So when I started recording this beacon, I didn't know it was Lima Alpha 4 Charlie India Alpha. Because of the fading, I thought I would go ahead and open the receiver window so that I could try to make out who it is, just in case the message or beacon wasn't decoded. Well, it turns out that it was decoded, and you can see it in my HF traffic window. So what you're looking at now is a map from aprs.fi. And I thought it'd be a great idea to close down this video by giving a shout out to all the stations who engaged with me so that I could make this video. So first we have Chris G4HYG Hotel Yankee Golf. Next we have Mark Mike 0 India Alpha X-Ray. Next we have Boss Papa Echo 4 Bravo Alpha Sierra. Then we have Kenneth Lima Bravo 9 Yankee Hotel. Northeast from Kenneth, we have Lima Alpha 4 Sierra India Alpha, and I don't know his name yet. Down south, we have Lucas Sierra Quebec 9 Romeo Zulu Mike. South from me, we have Oscar Hotel 5 Kilo Uniform Yankee, and I also don't know his name yet. And finally, there's me up in the north, Oscar Hotel 8, Sierra Tango November. It's been quite a long video, guys, but let's close it down on the upside. This was the best comment I've received over HFAPRS ever. Lima Alpha 4 says, "Hey, thanks, and I'm here because of your cool YouTube videos." That's absolutely magnificent. 73 Lima Alpha 4 Sierra India Alpha, and thanks for the kindness. While we finish up the rest of this video, guys, I just wanted to say thank you to my PayPal and Patreon supporters. You guys are absolutely magnificent. I know it sounds crazy, but I have to tell you, it's a lot easier bringing all of the projects and information to the community with the support of the community. So thank you. Finally, if you're on Facebook and you like this sort of thing, join us at Portable Digital and QRP. And for everyone else, if you like what I'm doing, if you like the content I'm creating, let me know by leaving me a comment and a thumbs up on the video. And if it's not too much to ask, please share this video with someone or someplace where people might enjoy it. Rock and roll, guys. Thanks for watching. Ciao.